Right, what's up, family? Hope all of you guys are safe and doing well. This is the day I should have brought my little mount thing. So we're I'm gonna look at this truck here. See what's how the interior looks. Yeah, this one's pretty good here. 223,000 miles on it. We're gonna crank her up and see what's going on. Hey, my daughter. These people sitting here writing and taking notes here. Need y'all to get out of my way though. Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hope you guys are doing awesome. Trying to stay safe out here in these streets. I wanted to do a live Q&A from the auction. I'm driving one vehicle now, and then I'm gonna pull over and we're gonna talk. So if you got any questions for me, go ahead and throw them in the chat box about the car business. Ooh, these brakes, oh man. These brakes are crazy. All right, we got a couple folks in here. Sounds good. Charlie, what's going on, buddy? I'm doing good, man. Just trying to keep the pedal to the metal. Keep the feet to the floor. Yes, sir, Nick. I am trying to, and I owe you a phone call, Nick. I do. I did get your information. I have been slammed, and I've been working on. Oh crap! Oh shush! Thank you. Be quiet. I owe you a phone call, Nick. And the reason I haven't gotten back hold of you is because when I call you, I want to tell you exactly what the plans are as it relates to the mentorship program. So hopefully you're still interested in that, because it's going to be coming your way. This truck is very interesting. The air works okay. Not really a big pickup fan kind of a guy, but I wanted to drive this particular truck, and I'll get out and show y'all what I'm driving here in a second. And then I'm gonna head to my truck and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a little conversation about a couple things, especially including the auctions right now, for all of you guys that are dealers. If you're watching this back on the playback. All right, let me put y'all down for a second. I don't want to tear nobody car up and they have to use my dealer bond to cover it. I ain't got time for that. Actually, it's a pretty nice truck, but I think it's gonna go for way more than I would want to pay for it, because sounds good, AC works. So yeah, so I'm back, y'all. Malia, I'm not ignoring you, baby. And you're not supposed to be. Oh crap! Almost fell. You're not supposed to be on here. You're supposed to be doing something else. Yeah, what's up? I said hey to you already. All right, so to all of my car dealers that are watching this video on the playback, and also people that are with me, I want to talk to y'all about the auction prices a little bit here. So make sure you are, staying consistent with not exceeding your prices. Right now, that's going to be hard to do because the auction companies are pricing everything extremely high. Well, actually it's not the auction company, but it's the sellers. The floor prices. Sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained. I'm trying to get out of here so I can talk to y'all. And it's hot. Yeah, I finally got my hair cut, and I had to do it myself. My barber had a situation. He was supposed to come over to my basement and cut my hair. As y'all know, I have a a 7-month-old son, and I wasn't gonna go in no barbershop right now. So I was gonna mask up. My barber was gonna mask up, and he was supposed to come and get my hair cut. But I had to do it myself. So, Mac, how you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. All right, we're almost out here, guys. Good. And I'm live from Atlanta East. Ooh, hot. No problem. Where did I park the truck? Let's see here. Show y'all the location. So this is where I am, guys. Atlanta East Auto Auction. If you're looking, you know, if you're in Atlanta or if you come to Atlanta eventually, this is a good auction. As good as any auction can be. Auctions are meant to be competitive in nature. They're meant to for you to spend money. So don't ever think, and I'm driving my Jeep today, don't ever think that there's a such thing as a cheap auction, because there is not, in my opinion. They're meant to be expensive. Not necessarily expensive, but they're meant to be competitive. All right, now I'm in the truck. Let me sanitize my hands. Give me a second, y'all. Because you got to keep your hygiene up when you're in the middle of a pandemic. Keep your hands sanitized when you're going to these auctions. It can still be done. You can go to the auctions, you know, sanitize your hands, keep your face mask on. It can make you can make that work. So yeah, but give me a second and I'll get back on me. Put these windows down. Man, it's hot as crap right here today. What is the temperature like? Is that any better? Let me know if that's any better. If not, I may have to end this bad boy. Because on my side, it's showing I got like 5 bars or whatever. 4 bars. I'm just waiting to see what LeVar is going to tell me about the sound. Did that improve any? Or am I still okay? Much better. Okay. All right. So what I was saying, thank you, LeVar. That's my sound guy. That's my all-around guy. All right. But so the auction prices. Why are sellers going crazy on the prices? They are through the roof here in Texas. Public auctions are worse. Absolutely. We have the same thing. My philosophy with that, and the reason why I think that is because everybody is trying to recoup. Everybody is trying to come up, okay? Everybody have been dealing with the same issue around the country. And so what happens is if the people that go to the auction, like us dealers, if we go there and we pay those ridiculous prices, they're never going to come down, ever. Well, they will eventually when we stop paying it. So what my message is to anyone who is looking at this video, anybody who is subscribed to Grind Reloaded, do not overpay for cars, okay? Do not overpay for cars, because if you do, the prices are never going to come down. And like I said, they're up like that for a reason. And the reason is people, the auction companies need money. And the higher they sell the cars for, obviously, the more fee they charge on both sides of the deal. The buy fee and the sell fee is increased the higher the car. Your audio is choppy. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, let me try something. Oh boy, this is some dedication. Time the auction start. Auction starts at 6. Knox, Toy picked it up. We'll call first thing in the morning. Okay. I'm gonna try to move to another location, guys. Hopefully my audio improves. I don't know why it's choppy. I don't know why it's choppy. I do have T-Mobile, so that could be why. I'm gonna move to another location, so stand by and we'll see if that helps with the signal. If it don't, then I'll try to do another live tonight. Looks like We Hustle Daily is here. I just saw his car over there. And I'm in the big Goliath, my truck. That's what I call my truck, Goliath. Throws me all over the place from time to time. But stand by. I'm gonna move to another location and we'll see if it gets better. All right, hold on. Stand by. Yes, now can't hear you. Okay, so the signal is better now. Okay, I'm going to. That's how I feel like I'll be driving and riding in my truck. I gotta change my tires out on this big old thing. It's been fine since you made the first. Are you serious? Alright, whatever. I'm almost at my destination. I'm gonna stop. Who can hear me, and who can't, I'm sorry. Don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my signal, okay? But we're gonna pull over in here and have a chit chat. Alright. Perfect. So this is the final destination. Hopefully you can hear me now. So all right, Nick, is that better? Let me know if that's better, Nick. But anyway, I was talking about the auction prices, and I was just saying how we as dealers have to start to take a little control of what we're paying for these cars. If your auction prices are typically well overvalued, then you need to stop buying the cars. Once we stop buying the cars, the prices will come down. Okay. In the meantime, and in between time, what you need to do is you need to go to Facebook Marketplace yourself and buy cars from individual people. That's what you need to do, because that's what I'm about to start doing. If I can't constantly get cars at the auction, I'm just gonna stop buying them. Now, that does not mean stop going, because I feel like there is a great value in going to your auctions, because you need to be able to follow what's going on in your auction values, because you want to know when the prices are coming back down. If you're not going to the auctions, then you will never know. Okay, so you definitely need to keep going to the auctions even if you're not buying anything. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if prices are well overvalued, and you have to know your value. So if you are a dealer, you should have definitely registered for Manheim Auto Auction by now. Manheim gives you a free evaluation tool for, basically for their system. You will be able to at least see what the prices are selling for amongst the Manheim auctions, and that'll kind of give you somewhat of a baseline. But that's what I would recommend. Now, Nick says it takes so much of our time to buy from private parties. You're still good on audio here. Great. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right, and that's why I don't do it on a daily. Okay. Here's the way you need to do the buy-in from individual people. Here's the way you need to do it. You need to set your search parameter for no more than 30 minutes away from your house. Okay? No more than 30 minutes away from your house. They all need to be in that area. Okay? And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a clean radius to where when you're going to view these cars, they're not so I got you. Your message is a little bit delayed too. So if after you type it in, if I stop 20 seconds later, that's why it's the feed is a little delayed. Yeah, my haircut maybe my hair was actually providing better signal, And actually, I cut my own hair, y'all. I did this fade. Check that out. That's crazy. I've never cut my hair in this way before. I've always cut it like a even Steven, as they call it, or even all over. I can do that in a heartbeat with guards, right? Everybody can do that. But the fade, I had never did a fade before, and I actually did that. So that's pretty dope. But anyway, yeah, if you're buying from personal party individuals, you want to do a 30-minute radius from your house. And the challenge is going to come in. Here's the challenge outside of the radius is being able to take the car back with you if you don't have a truck to tow the vehicles. Now, I know, Nick, I think you got a 350 Super Duty, so you may be okay if you have a trailer. For individuals that do not have a trailer, like my F-250 is now on my lot for sale. I'm no longer driving it around. It's actually on the lot, so I don't have that in my possession. So here's what my plan is. My plan is I'm gonna schedule 2 days a week to work private party cars. My wife is going to help me in going to the cars with me. So we would ride together. And if I want to buy that particular car, then I drive that car back to the house. Again, 30-minute radius. So I got my dealer tag, throw it on the back, drive that car to the house, drop it off, do another car. If you are in a situation like me where your car lot is 90 or 100 miles away from your house, what my plan is to do is to stage my cars at my house. So if I buy 3 cars from private party people, then I'm gonna have 3 cars in my driveway. And what I'm gonna do is when I get to about 3 cars, I'm gonna schedule my transport. My transport is gonna come and pick up the cars and take them down to the lot. So now that's on a small scale. You're not gonna be able to do that to actually stock up your whole lot. This isn't, buying from personal parties is not going to stock your whole lot. Unless you got a fleet of tow trucks to where you can pull 2 at a time, and your lot is local where you can pick it up, drop. But the way I'm gonna do it is gonna be to supplement, right? Again, as I said, you still need to go to the auction because you still can get some deals right now. Now, overall, the majority is inflated. The majority of the prices are inflated. The majority, but that ain't all of them. Okay, majority is not 100%. It is just over half. So there is still an opportunity there for you at auctions to go. That's why I'm at auction today. I just had to leave the auction because people couldn't hear me. All right, an excellent use of your time at auction. You can purchase multiple cars at one time. Yeah, you can. You know, that's the beauty of the auction. Is you can go and you can buy as many cars as your money can allow. You know, but you know, is right now the question is, you know, do you, even if you have 15 to 20,000 to buy inventory, does that mean you need to overpay? Heck to the no. You don't need to overpay. Because here's the thing, what's gonna happen, my prediction is all of these people that are buying these expensive cars at auctions, right? They're going to suffer, especially if they're in Georgia. Like, I'm just gonna tell you right now. Georgia cannot compare to Alabama when it comes to sale prices. Period. I have had a lot in Georgia and I've had a lot in Alabama. I can take the chance in Alabama and buying overpaying for a car in Georgia and taking it back to Alabama and it being able to sell. I don't know how in the world these Georgia dealers are going to offload these cars, especially if they're if they're buy here, pay here, or cash only. Now, the finance, the car lots that are buying the mid to entry level luxury vehicles, lower miles, under 95,000 miles, within 8 to 9 years old, they may have a little bit more leverage there, okay? Because it's a different type of buyer. When you're doing what I'm doing, where you're buying cars under $1,200 and selling them for under $3,000, you're dealing with people that have to have money. They have to have cash, okay? But in Georgia, what I have found is the interest is there, but the money isn't there. And I just don't understand it to save my life. I don't. But it is true. It is true. Believe me, I've done it. I've been there. I've worked my lot in Mableton. And that's not to say that you can't sell cars in Georgia. That's not what I'm saying. But you can't sell a car that you overpay for in Georgia. You know what I mean? You can do it, but it ain't something that will be consistent, because people in Georgia want something for nothing. Everybody in Georgia want a deal. Everybody in Georgia want a deal. So I don't see how a lot of these buy here, pay here dealers are gonna survive with overpaying. But the private party stuff, definitely give it a try if you can. Nick says my wife or my son helps out too. So yeah, I mean, you gotta, you know, I am a small dealership. So if you're watching this video, I am not a huge franchise owner of a dealership. No, my dealership is still in a fetus stage in comparison to some people. Slot, okay? So my channel is to give you perspective on a smaller scale. If you have gotten to a point where you carry 100 to 200 cars in inventory, this ain't the channel for you. Don't take any of my advice, because I haven't gotten to that point yet, okay? So, but if you're on the ground where you're just now getting your dealer's license and you got a small lot that can hold up to 30 cars, then this is the channel for you, because that's where I am. I didn't just start, but I got a small lot that can hold about 30 cars. So yeah. Nick, got any questions? Charlie, got any questions? Anybody else that's here besides my daughter, who's probably watching my video still, got any questions? Because my daughter don't own a car lot. She probably gonna ask me something silly, but Yeah. But if you got questions about having your own car lot, let me know. This is the opportunity to do that. That is why I am sitting here live. And also because I haven't done anything with y'all Grind Reloaded, I haven't been on the channel. The last time I posted something was last week, Monday, saying Happy Memorial Day, which was not much content. So I wanted to definitely give my time to you guys to ask any questions that you guys may have. Ooh, that arm, man, holding that camera. I don't have a mount in this truck. My mount was in my car, but I'm actually working on my car. I'm doing my Mercedes, my E63. I am replacing the coil packs on it. Well, one of them I had, and I hope it's the coil pack. Really, I do. I changed the spark plugs. Spark plugs were great. And then I drove from Atlanta up to Cartersville, and I drove up there fine. As I was leaving, I got a misfire code, and it was for cylinder 4. So hopefully, hopefully that I changed that coil pack out and we'll be good to go. I was gonna switch it around. That's what a lot of people do. That's another trick for you guys. If you get a car that has a misfire, if you change the spark plugs and you still have a misfire, then it's more than likely the ignition coil. What you can do to confirm this is the coil and not the actual cylinder head is you can change the coil from cylinder, just say the coil pack from the third spark for cylinder 3, put it on cylinder 4 and change cylinder 4 to cylinder 3. And if your check engine light came on for initially cylinder 4, then it should change now to cylinder 3. That's how you know that the coil pack itself is the issue and not the actual cylinder misfire. All right, we got some questions. Thank God y'all asking me questions. All right, Nick says, and if there are floor plans, these guys will be in huge trouble. Floor plans, you're right. Potentially, let me say that, potentially, because everybody, I need to recant something I said on my channel before. I said that floor plans could, what was that title? How floor plans can ruin your business. Basically, floor plans have the ability to ruin your company, but that's not a guarantee. Okay, if you know how to use a floor plan, then you can be successful with the floor plan. Here's how you be successful with a floor plan. You have to develop a system with your own money that has been tried, tested, and proven over and over again. I had a good friend, he had a definition of something. He used this phrase of what he said. He said accidental confidence, where you do something for the first time and it worked and you think that, oh man, I know what I'm doing, but you really didn't. It was kind of like luck. Right? And that happens in the used car business all the time. You walk up to a car, you overpay for that car, and you get lucky and you sell that mug. And then you kind of start to develop, if you're not careful, you'll think that that's normal. So what I'm trying to say is basically, if you're going to use a floor plan, don't develop. Use it if you know what the hell you're doing, basically. Long story short, if you know what you're doing, if you can make money with your own money, then floor plans will not ruin your business. You can actually make money with floor plans, 100%. But you gotta know how to use it. Do I recommend you use them? Not if you got your own money. No. If you have a mission and want to use some leverage and you're responsible with that, it could potentially work. And I know that wasn't your question, Nick, but I wanted to comment on the fact that it may not be ruining people's businesses that have floor plans if they know what the hell they're doing. All right, let's go back here. We got, thank you, Blackheart. I see your question. I'm gonna get to you in a second. Thank you for watching the video. I remember your name. Charlie says, is it better to get a broker's license and not have a lot? Good question. It depends on what state you're in, because every state have their own jurisdiction and their own rules on that. Number one, in Georgia, the license is still the same, right? So if you're talking about the concept like in Georgia, where the license itself is just a dealer's license, but the restriction is either you have a lot and you can have cars in inventory, or you do not have a lot. You only have a office. So under that concept is how I'm going to answer your question. Any other concept, I can't talk to that because I don't know it. But if that is what you're talking about, here's your answer. I think that depending on your goal, a broker suite may work. If your goal is to do, say, 4 cars a month, 6 cars a month, absolutely, broker suite is for you. If you want a bigger profit, bigger net sales, then it's going to be a challenge. And here's why the broker's offices are a challenge. Most brokers' offices have restrictions on how many vehicles you can have. Some brokers' offices, you can't even have cars there. I mean, that I have experienced. I started in a broker suite. Okay, so I'm speaking from experience here. I started with a broker suite and I got 1 parking space guaranteed. Now, when I moved into this office park, it was a brand new office park. There were not many dealers there. It was probably only 30 dealers, and I know 30 dealers are not that many dealers. The building could hold almost 200 dealers, so it was at a probably not even a quarter of the capacity limit at that point. So with that being said, I had a lot of space, extra spaces. So I could have, and I did. I had at one point 3 vehicles in the parking spaces there. So I had 2 additional parking spaces. That was fine because the office was not at capacity. So the landlord really didn't care. But once it got to capacity, I was restricted on what it is. I mean, how many vehicles I could have there. So that's how I would answer that question. If you are looking to do, say, 2 cars a week, 2, 4, 6, 8 cars a month, yeah, you can do a broker suite and be fine. Obviously, your overhead is a lot less. The only difference of overhead is just going to be rent, the amount of rent, because the same, you still have to have insurance, you still have to have dealer bond, you still have to have cable, internet and phone. You still, and some, well, maybe the utilities may be different too. So your cheaper rent and cheaper utilities, or no utilities if it's all inclusive. So yeah, so it just depends on what you want to do with it, how many quantity of vehicles you want to sell. All right, Blackheart says, my question, do you have full coverage for your lot, or is it just basic liability? I have full coverage for my dealership. I have full coverage, and I have uninsured motors. Uninsured motors, yeah, I think that's what it's called. So if my car leaves that car lot, whether on a test drive, whether in my possession at my house, if it gets hit, I'm covered 100%. Okay, I recommend it if you're carrying a lot of inventory. If you're carrying a lot of inventory, then that's where that is going to be useful. If you're not carrying that much inventory, then regular liability will be fine. Sorry, I'm just adjusting the camera here. Nick says, good question, Charlie. So perfect. Buddha Jackson, what's up, man? How you doing? I hope you are well. Nick says, if you have a temp gun, hold a minute. If you have a temp gunshot, each coil pack, if one is off temp, that is the one that is bad. And also what I'm saying, okay, so he was elaborating on the coil pack thing there. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, guys, that's those were some good questions. Thank you so much for the engagement and asking those questions, for sure. I think that, you know, my whole purpose of this channel is to help you guys continue the grind, continue to do great things in the car business, and just make good decisions. If as soon as I learn something, I'm going to bring it to the channel, and that's why I wanted to share with you guys about, you know, going to Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and starting to buy from people, because right now the auction prices are just flat out ridiculous. Flat out ridiculous. Can't put it no other kind of way. And we as dealers have to control that narrative. Stop buying the damn cars overpriced. Period. But that's not gonna happen. They're still gonna buy the cars. They're still gonna buy the cars. Blackheart says, thank you. I'm gonna look into that. Right now I only house about 5 to 8 cars at the moment. Yeah, so you should be good. And Blackheart, let me ask you a question. Do you have people selling your cars for you, or are you everything like how I used to be? Are you the salesperson, the person that goes to the auction, the driver, the mechanic, the car washer, the title clerk, the taxpayer, everything? The property manager paying the rent, the utilities? If you are, then you're good, because the whole thing about the full coverage is when you have other people dealing with your stuff, like with the cars, then you want to have that extra protection just in case, because obviously you're gonna naturally have an instinct to not F up, but you got other people that can become a little bit more careless with your stuff. So, and I also recommend, got a text message. Yeah, I did do that. I'll text her in a second. I would also recommend adding, if you do get to a point where you hire somebody for your car lot, I actually recommend that you add them to your insurance, because that way you'll be covered if they go out and damage your car or anything like that. Let's see what else we gotta talk about, guys. Obviously I will, you know, I will state my case on my channel. I have one sales rep, but I do the rest. Okay, that's fine. I mean, again, it's just, you know, as long as you can trust them, then that's good. I do want to state something on my channel with everything that's going on in the world. How do I want to put this? Just be careful who you follow. Be careful who you follow on Facebook. If you look like me on YouTube, because everybody don't have our best interest at heart on YouTube. I'm gonna put it like that. And for all of my other ethnicities that follow my channel, thank you for the support, and I hope that you know, you understand why we're in the times that we're in today and how we can better as a country. There's one big YouTuber that kind of does what I do on here. He was doing it before me. Rick Dyer. He actually said that the police didn't mean to kill the black guy. He didn't mean to do it. He actually said that shit. He defended the cop. So if you are subscribed and you look like me, just be careful. That's all I say. Thanks. Based on your information, I believe you are started off. If you are started off, or you are coming from another state, broker's license is better. This will allow you to get a better idea of the market. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, Charlie. You're absolutely right. Because you don't know the layout of the land, you know, to really go out and get a lot. And finding a car lot, no matter where you are, is a task. It is a task, 100%. So once you get that broker suite, you can actually learn your surrounding. Buddha says, true indeed. I know the point you're making. Thank you. Yeah, you know. My whole thing is if you can't see why we're in the times that we're in, something is wrong with you. I mean, something is severely wrong with you. And we're all entitled to our opinion, and I will never suppress someone else's opinion, because we are entitled to that. But for me, I choose to subscribe to people that have my best interest at heart. I choose to rock with people that I know if I needed help, that would be a person that I could call on. And I'm not saying that Rick Dyer is not a person that you can call on per se, but in his comments, when you defend a cop that killed somebody on the street, and to say that he didn't mean to do it, I got some problems with that. That's me. And if you are subscribed to Grind Reloaded and you have a problem with what I'm saying, please unsubscribe. That's fine with me. I'm good with that. But I believe that when you see injustice done, you speak up. That's just me. LeVar says, knowing how crazy the auctions are, what is $1,500 getting now compared to 2 to 3 months? Good question, LeVar. $1,500 is about the average price for cars now, believe it or not. But that's actually what the car is selling for. So you got to add the buy fee. So once you add the buy fee, you're probably about $1,700, give or take. So that's about $1,500. What can it get? Let's see. Oh, he's actually, the question was, what is $1,500 getting now? Okay, so I mean, $1,500 is really, so $1,500 now is buying. It will get you a type of car that should have sold for $900. $900 is what the car should have sold for 2 to 3 months ago. Now that same car is selling for $1,500. Yep. So the prices are a trip, and it's not even justified. That is the part that gets me about the prices for the auctions right now. They're not justified. They're not justified. Because people ain't got no money. Or let me not say that. Let me not. I take that back. People got money, but a lot of people ain't getting up off the money like people think they are. Because a lot of people got a lot of free money right now. I mean, when you think about the stimulus check that just happened, people that own businesses got a lot of money for the emergency relief loan and the PPP that's supposed to be used to pay your bills and your employees, but people do what they want to do with the money. I mean, but then again, you think about company cars. People can say they bought a company car, whatever. So people have money, but are they actually putting it in the economy as far as a used car is concerned? I don't think it is justified in a way that I will pay $600 overpriced for a piece of inventory. I don't think they're buying at that rate to where I would want to pay $600 more than I should just to get a car. That's just me. Charlie is telling, Buddha is telling Charlie how much money the lots are in Raleigh, North Carolina. $2,200 to $3,000 a month. That is crazy. That sounds just like Atlanta prices. Just like Atlanta prices. And talking about the car lots, let's see, it's 5:15. My auction started at 6, so I got some time. When I got my first dealership, my first car lot, I drove around every day. I drove around so much, my wife probably was like, well, why aren't you actually at your lot working? Like, why are you not at the broker suite? Why are you not doing this and doing that? I was literally driving around every single day looking for a lot. And that's one of the things that Charlie said about actually going to the broker suite first before you actually get a lot, because you can get a lay of the land. Charlie also says, can you recommend any suite rentals and how much is the average they're going for? Well, I can recommend one in Georgia. There's one, I don't even know if they have any availability though. I think it's called IBC Suites. And they're off of Tribble Street. He's actually, all of his vacancies are advertised on Craigslist. So Craigslist really is the best place to go when you're trying to find a office suite or even a car lot for that matter. My current car lot right now that I'm in Phoenix City, I actually found it off of Craigslist. And when I tell y'all how much money I pay for my lot, this is about to probably make a lot of y'all mad. My lot, my rent at my car lot is $800 a month. I can only hold about 30 cars on the lot. It's a grassy lot. It is a structure, but it's not gonna win any beauty contests. But yeah, $800 a month for my lot. So it can be done. But then again, I'm in Phoenix City, Alabama. But I'm right on the line of Georgia. Columbus is right there. Columbus, the population of Columbus is probably 175,000 citizens in the city of Columbus. Phoenix City probably have another 50 to 60,000. Opelika, Alabama probably have about 50 to 60,000. Auburn, Alabama probably have about 100+ thousand. So when you add all of that up, that gives you a actual depiction of how many people that live nearby my lot, the demographics that I could potentially serve. So yeah. Nick says people are holding on to their cash to no one knows what is going to happen. Right. Everybody right now is so antsy. Everybody's antsy. In Georgia, it's like it never happened. That's all I'm gonna say. In Georgia right now, it's like it never happened. Wide open. Bars are even open now. Movie theaters are open now. And truth be told, we have to find a way to coexist with COVID-19. I said this. I have another channel here on YouTube. If you guys are into commentary, news commentary, other points of view from my mind, you can go over to New Wave Real Talk. You can search it on YouTube, and you can go subscribe to that channel. That channel is not the car business. All right? That channel is my opinion. I do my best to keep it separated because I'm respective of you guys. You're coming to Grind Reloaded to learn about functionality, opening and operating your car lot. You don't want to hear about all the other stuff. So that's why it's separated. And that's what that's something that I'm committed to doing. But if there is something that I need to say to make sure you understand where my values are, I will do that. But yeah, so let's go back to the chat here. Is it in the city limits or is it considered county? Are you talking about my lot, Buddha? If you are, my lot is considered, I'm right outside the city limits. I am county. You can say county, yeah. They call it in Alabama police jurisdiction. Russell County is the county that my car lot resides in. But Phoenix City is so doggone small. It's so doggone small that, you know, it's kind of hard to feel like you in the county or the city, hell. But yeah, I am outside the city limits. Inside the city limits, though, in Phoenix City, there isn't too much of a shift when it comes to valuation. It's just a small little town or city. But the values are just pretty cheap down there, just in general. I have had some desires to start looking for another lot, but I have learned my lesson because I had a lot in Enterprise, Alabama, And that lot was pretty good. It was a nice lot. You can go on this in my videos and look up, I think it was probably around October, November. And you can see that car lot. I actually had to close it fairly decent after I opened it because it just was not working out on so many different levels. And here's what I will say about me and about what you should be and the character that you should have. This car business is not about ego. The car business is not about ego. The car business is about money. It's about profit. If you're not profiting what you want to profit, you need to get the hell out of the business. Because you're doing a disservice to yourself by keeping a car lot open if you're not profitable. By keeping that same mindset if you're not profitable. If you're not profitable, you need to shift something. I have a mentorship program that I'm working on right now that can allow you to shift. If you are open and you're not making any money, shift, change. Don't let your ego get in the way of saying, oh, I got 2 car lots, or I got 3 car lots, or I got this, I got that, and you broke. That don't add up. It don't add up. All right. So if you're doing this, if you're out here hustling, if you go back to the beginning of the video, I was pouring in sweat. So hot out here, pouring in sweat. I'm acting like I'm just out here working like really hard, but I was working hard. It was hot. It's hot out here today. And you do all of that, it needs to be reciprocated with profit. That's why we're doing this. If you're not reciprocating your time, effort, and energy with profit, then you need to make some changes. If you need some help in making some of those changes and how to do that, I'm here. I'm ready to help you. My videos are here. They're ready to help you. So definitely take advantage of that. Well, if we don't have too many more questions, guys, we've been on this live Q&A for about 51 minutes and counting. Well, 52 now. And I do thank y'all for y'all support, man. Y'all are helping me think out loud, get my thoughts out, and have an opportunity to really just, you know, bounce ideas off. Because I learn, a lot of times I'm learning from you guys too. I'm not like I said, I try to always keep my ego in check, because every day is a new opportunity to learn. New opportunity to learn. So, do we have any more questions? I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. I wanted to like take y'all into the auction today, but I do have some cars that I need to be focusing on. So I'm gonna record at the auction, and I'll drop that video probably tonight or tomorrow, hopefully, as long as I can record. But I should be able to record. I should be able to focus on that. But I wanted to take y'all like in the auction and just have the phone on while the auction is bidding. But then I said, well, I'm gonna want to run my mouth. You guys are gonna want to hear something from me. You just want to watch. But maybe you do. If you're watching this on the playback and you're like, dude, I'll watch it. Even if you're not talking, put that in the comments. Let me know. Next time I'm at an auction, I'll probably just live stream it and just have it on, and you can kind of just listen to whatever you can pick up. But auctions, as you guys know, are very loud. So some of it you may hear of importance, and some of it may just be garbage. So I try to limit that by recording the actual stuff that I want you to see. But all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. And y'all be good. Stop overpaying for them dang on cars too, though. If you are subscribed to Grind Reloaded and I catch you at the auction overpaying for a car, I'm gonna call you out. And there was a follower at a subscriber. I don't like to use the word follower. This sounds so weird. A subscriber at the auction today that I met. So if you come to an auction that I frequent and you see me, walk up to me and say, what's up? All right. I'm an approachable person. All right. So now we are in Corona time. If you walk up to me, keep 6 feet if you don't have a mask. If you have a mask, you can get closer than 6 feet to tap me to get my attention. But that's it, guys. Y'all be safe, and I will see y'all on the next video. Peace.